Rain tapped gently against the tall windows of a downtown Chicago apartment as Daniel Brooks signed the final page of the marriage contract. He stared at his signature for a moment before putting the pen down. Daniel was a single father, and his 7-year-old daughter, Sophie, was the only light in his otherwise exhausting life. Ever since losing his wife, he had learned to survive by focusing on responsibility instead of emotion. This marriage wasn't about love. Across from him sat Victoria Hale, one of America's youngest tech CEOs. Confident, brilliant, and famously unreachable, she had built her billion-dollar company with discipline and sacrifice. But investors believed a stable personal life would strengthen her public image before a major expansion. Marriage, to her, was simply strategy. For Daniel, it meant security, better schools, safer neighborhoods, and a future he could never afford alone. The rules were crystal clear. The marriage would last exactly 3 years. No personal questions. No emotional involvement. When time ended, they would separate quietly. "We keep this professional," Victoria said in her usual composed tone. Daniel agreed. That was exactly what he wanted: simple, predictable, controlled. Life, however, rarely respects carefully written plans. The first rule broke on a freezing winter night. Sophie suddenly developed a dangerously high fever while Daniel was trapped at work during a critical architectural deadline. Without hesitation, Victoria cancelled a meeting with international investors, drove through heavy snow, and rushed Sophie to the hospital. She stayed all night. "You didn't have to do that," Daniel said the next morning, surprised to see exhaustion on the face of someone who never appeared weak. Victoria gave a small shrug. "I know, but leaving her alone didn't feel right." It was the first time she sounded human rather than corporate. Months passed, and the quiet penthouse slowly transformed into something warmer. Sophie's laughter echoed through the halls, filling spaces Victoria hadn't realized were empty inside her. One evening, while drawing at the dining table, Sophie looked up and asked softly, "Do you think you could be my real mom one day?" Victoria forgot how to breathe. No negotiation had ever unsettled her like that simple question. That night, she admitted a truth she had avoided. She no longer felt like a temporary visitor in this home. The second rule fell unexpectedly. Daniel once found a leather notebook Victoria had left behind. He wasn't trying to invade her privacy, but a sentence caught his eye. "Success makes